Hello, Bronco fans and football fans alike. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown, Week 8 pregame between the 2-4 Los Angeles Chargers and the 2-4 Denver Broncos. I am your host, Bronco Bill. Now, before I get into all the numbers and what can and can't happen and what should and hopefully should not happen, these are two teams at 2-4 that basically are fighting for last place in division. Right now, being tied, they are tied for third in the division only because they're both 2-4. Whoever loses this game is going to be in last place. Now, either one of these teams could lose, but then again, either one of these teams could win, and that's why I'm here, to try and clarify, if I can, what I think will happen, what I think might happen, and what I hope does not happen. Before I get into that, I got to bring you some COVID-19 updates. Both the Broncos and Chargers have an issue with that. Chargers have one player, don't have his name. It wasn't given out. Denver Broncos, on the other hand, this season things just keep getting worse for the Denver Broncos. Broncos actually have three players. They have Glasnow, who is out definitely for this game. He's on a 10-day being out for this game, and he's in the NFL's protocol. Then we also have Mike Munchak, one of our line coach. He's out. Not sure if he'll be back for the game on Sunday or not. Then we also have two other players, and Dotson's out, and so is Sluman. Those are both offensive linemen. They're on the right side. They're a tackle and a guard. Should they be out, Denver is in some serious issue of protecting Drew Lock, because we all know who's on that side of the ball over there, and the Chargers can bring the pass rush, and we need Dotson and Suman definitely to be in there. So hopefully, by the way, with that note, both of them did test negative today. They have to test again negative tomorrow, Saturday, to be able to play on Sunday. So that's the update as far as the COVID-19. Looks like Phillips Lindsay was back on the field. Actually, I shouldn't say the field. The Broncos did cancel practice today. They will practice tomorrow, which is usually a walkthrough, but tomorrow's going to be a practice, full practice. So, and that's okay because they have a home game. If it was a road game, it'd be a little bit more difficult. But anyways, Lindsay, he did show up at the practice field to go through the virtual meetings. He's doing better on the protocol. He has been not diagnosed, shouldn't say that word. He has been approved to go through workouts tomorrow, should he go through the concussion protocol with flying colors. So that is pretty much a game time decision to see if Philip Lindsay is going to be there. KJ Hamler looks like he's going to be back. Looks like we're gonna have receivers are going to be there. So everything looks good on that end. So going into this game, the temperature at game time is going to be 58 degrees forecast with the low of 39. So that's good football weather. However, the Broncos, even though they're tied win-loss with the Chargers, they are a 3-point underdog at home. Now, that stings quite a bit, but I understand why they're 3 points, even though they have identical records. Well, look at last week against Kansas City. We couldn't do anything right on offense or special teams. And yet the Chargers put up 39 points against um, against Tennessee. So the Broncos are in serious trouble here. Not only because being a home dog, and then with these injuries, and then with the COVID situation and the non-practice and anything else that can be thrown at them. Not to mention that today, or I should say this week 8, should have been the Broncos bye week. But let's move on. We can't dabble in that too much. The Broncos are rated 27th on offense productivity, but they're top 10 on their defense. But the Chargers have a better offense than the Broncos, but they have a horrible defense. They're last in defense. So this game, to me, looks like a toss-up. You got a great Bronco defense against a really good Charger offense. But then you have a really, you have a so-so Bronco offense against a Charger defense that's not that good either. So this game it's a hard game to even predict or even come up with any type of what could happen. But I will do my best. The thing that bothers me about Drew Lock is he gets tunnel vision. He doesn't go through his progressions, and he always wants to throw the ball deep. He looks to throw the ball deep before he looks to his alternate progressions. He doesn't really look at his second or third. He doesn't look down at a check down for to a running back. He doesn't look to a tight end and or even a slot person. He just doesn't look for those plays because he wants to go deep. I know he has Ramsey on the outside that's fast. I know he's got KJ Hamler who's fast. I know he wants to go deep. But you got to take what the defense gives you. Now, that said, the Chargers are vulnerable deep. They can be beaten deep because their defense is not that good. They play a basic 3 defense, which means cover 3. They basically play a cover 3 defense unless they're blitzing. Now, they have 2 different ways they blitz. They blitz either up the middle or they bring a linebacker / corner or safety. That's it. That's their defense. It's basically vanilla defense. But when it comes to Drew Lock and reading those defenses, he hasn't done a good job at all this year. He's gotten fortunate against the Patriots, but he looked absolutely deer in the headlights against Kansas City's defense. But the Chargers don't have the Kansas City defense. So who are we going to see this Sunday, week 8? Who are we going to see? Are we going to see Drew Lock how he played against the Patriots? Or are we going to see Drew Lock how he played against the Chiefs? I don't know. I really don't know. I would hope that we see the Drew Lock of the Patriots, or even Drew Lock of anything but the Kansas City game. Okay, that brings me to Justin Herbert. Now, Justin Herbert's a rookie. He is outplaying Drew Lock at this point in time in the season. He has a better quarterback rating. He has a better quarterback numbers all around. He's better percentage-wise, completions. He's better running the ball. He's gotten more yardage. He's thrown for more yardage, thrown for more touchdowns. All over the quarterback side, he is much better. But again, he's going up against a Bronco defense that could pose problems, especially with our defensive scheme and how we do things. Now, just like last week, when the Broncos had to keep Patrick Mahomes in the pocket and put a spy on him and blanket him, that's exactly what the Broncos are going to have to do with Herbert. Last week, he ran for 67 yards. 67 yards and threw for 341. Now, if that happens against Denver's defense, it's going to be the same result as it was against Kansas City last week. And I'm not saying that Herbert is a Patrick Mahomes, but Herbert is no Drew Lock. So the Broncos are going to be in serious, serious trouble if they cannot keep him in the pocket, and they cannot put pressure on him, and they cannot maintain their defensive assignments. They're going to be in a lot of trouble. So it could come down to special teams. Now, the Chargers are the worst team in the league in special teams, but the Broncos aren't that much better. We're 28th in the league in special teams. So that doesn't speak volumes, but what it does say is if it comes down to a kicking game and a field goal game, I give the edge to the Denver Broncos for sure, because McManus, I would bet he would be a much better person to have on the field with a winning opportunity for a winning field goal than I would the Chargers. So there is one other twist, though. The Chargers do have this backup quarterback named Austin Stick, and he was used and can be used in like in a Wildcat situation, and he is quick, and he can come in and do things that Denver hasn't seen. So that poses a problem. But if Denver's defense stays in their assignments like they're supposed to, and they bracket Herbert, and they use blitz packages and stunts and combinations that the Chargers haven't seen, the Broncos could win this game. Now, do I think they're going to win this game? Well, I feel it's a toss-up. I believe it's going to come down to one of three things. It's going to come down to a blown assignment on defense that cost Denver the game. It's going to come down to an interception or a fumble by either team that causes them that fumbled or intercepted to lose, or it's going to come down to field goal. If it comes down to a field goal with the other two not being a factor, if it comes down to a field goal, I say Denver wins. So that being said, both 2-4 teams, Denver at home, I believe that Vic Fangio is going to come up with some type of defensive scheme to turn the page and turn the tide in Denver's favor. Final score, Denver Broncos 20, Los Angeles Chargers 17. What do you guys think? Am I way off on a limb? Am I crazy? Am I a homer for Denver? Maybe, perhaps. But I'm also pointing out things and issues that can raise their ugly head. So if things go according to plan, the best laid plans of mice and men, I get it. But if things go according to plan, Denver's defense is solid. Denver's offense doesn't make any mistakes. Drew Lock reads the checkdowns and reads what the defense gives him. Denver wins this game. And they're basically based on the Broncos defense is going to win this game for the Broncos. Final score once again, Denver 20, Los Angeles Chargers 17. That's my pick. That's my pregame. You guys tell me what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you have. And if you haven't, please feel free to subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. We'll talk to you after Week 8 on the postgame video. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.